Alright guys, Steam has Rimworld now. It's out on Steam. I know that's not a big deal for people who already have the game or for people who have been watching my videos and like Rimworld. Like, you knew about it already, it's not new. But if you've not heard about it and you didn't want to buy through a third-party website before, now is the time to get Rimworld. I can't say this enough. I'm making this video because I love this game. I love it. I'm underlining it with the mouse. I love it so much. So, we're going to play this game, and if you don't know what it is, you'll catch on pretty fast. It is a space colony simulator, but it's one of the deepest, most interesting, and quite honestly one of the funniest games I've ever played. New colony. This is brand new, Alpha 14. They give you the option to start with different scenarios. You could be one random rich guy with a bunch of money and some gold and a fancy gun, or you could have this. This is what we're going to do today, this sort of standard, we've done this before, crash landing, 3 people in an escape pod with a dog or a cat of some kind, probably a dog, and some basic survival stuff. Or you could be a tribe of people living on a planet, like bows and arrows, clubs, stuff like that. This game has huge mod support. If you like to mod your games, if you like having games that are just hugely customizable, this is a game for you. We're gonna do Crash Landed. And we're going to play it on Challenge, which is the way Rimworld was meant to be played. Basically, we're choosing an AI storyteller here. This is really cool. Rimworld is, like I said, it's a space colony simulator, but kind of like Left 4 Dead, when you create a colony, the AI is going to be deciding events to happen. It could be pirate raids, it could be famine. I had a colony where alien bugs invaded the pantry, and it was literally like aliens with a bunch of people with shotguns shooting in the door to the pantry, trying to kill all these things before they ate all our food. It was crazy. And this just decides how harsh, lenient, or kind of sloping the difficulty is. This is the one we're going to do because I find she starts it off with some pretty basic events when you're starting, like, oh, it's a heat wave, or blah, blah, blah. Easy stuff to get through, hopefully. And then later on, she'll start throwing in some more difficult stuff, but it never gets to the point where you don't see events anymore. It's just interesting. It keeps things fresh. You could play this one if you're the kind of player who just likes to build stuff, or you could play free player beast builder. But if you don't want a ton of challenge, or if you don't want a lot of things that keep happening to your colonists, play with her. Or you could do this guy who just randomly does stuff. You know, he just picks a pretty much random event and sends it at you, which I've played a couple times. I've done some videos with it. I have mixed feelings. He tends to throw out stuff that's not just random. It's also either really boring or just ridiculous, like a new colony that gets attacked by 400 pirates or something. Not really 400 pirates, but like, you know, a siege happens and a bunch of pirates with like siege mortars and assault rifles come to attack 3 people and a dog. Or you get stuff like you spend a year in the game and the best you get is like a thunderstorm. So, I don't know. We're going to do Cassandra Classic on Challenge. I'm not doing permadeath because, like with a lot of my videos, if something goes wrong with the recording, I don't want to have to scrap it and start over from the beginning of all the recording. I want to just be able to load an autosave and pick up where we left off. Create world. Every colony that you create can be on a separate planet, or you can create a bunch on the same planet. We're just going to randomize the seed a little bit. They've changed how this works, so now it's all words. So we could create a planet based on a word. What if we put in Agent Shades? Put my screen name and see what it comes up. Aha! Ras Lisath is the planet that comes up when you type my screen name into Rimworld. That's kind of cool. This is the map of the planet. There's like forest zones, some desert. It looks like there's some extreme desert, some scrublands, rainforest, boreal forest, tundra, and ice sheets. So we're going to see where we start off. I'll make it big map. Let's see what it says. Ice sheet. I don't want to do ice sheet. That's not a good introduction to the game. Desert. Desert biome works. Where does it put us? I wish you could zoom in on where I put it. Here we go. We're on a kind of coastal desert area. It's very flat, so we won't have access to like a mountain or anything. Lots of mineral resources won't be available to us, but that works. Actually, you know what? I'm going to move it over here. It's not quite random, but it's going to give us a little bit of a better idea of this game. It's going to get hot in the summer, and it won't be too bad in the winter. So let's pick there. You get 3 colonists. You can't build them to specs, but you can keep hitting randomize until you get people that you generally like. I like to start with colonists. One is at least good at shooting, somebody's good at medicine, and somebody's good at growing, and construction would be a nice plus in there somewhere, as is research. These people are going to be the ones that you start off with, obviously, and you need people who can get you better tech, food, protection, and somebody who can build. Oh, and medicine in case somebody gets hurt. So let's start off. I'm going to try and find someone who's good at shooting. Well, that's a decent score at shooting. She's pretty. She's an optimist, and she has a chemical interest. These are random traits. So, like, this one, she kind of likes beer or drugs or something. If you can make that, there's mods that give it to it. She's an optimist, so she's hard to depress, and she's pretty, which means that other characters might fall in love with her. So, Freya Fairwing. That's a very young adult fiction name, but we're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it. Her childhood, this is kind of cool. You can get mods that change all this stuff and add stuff, but you can see, you know, she was sort of a shy girl that became an artist, and somehow that makes her incapable of mining. But she's very good at art, decent at shooting, okay with animals, and she's got these fires mean she'll learn them faster. She'll learn how to research faster. She'll learn how to craft things faster. Art skills aren't really good in the beginning, but it's really good later on because you can use art as an economy booster. She's 47. This little parentheses thing is kind of cool because Rimworld takes place in sort of a Firefly-like universe, except that there's no faster-than-light travel. Everybody gets frozen in cryo-sleep containers, right? So there's your actual age, your biological age, and then the age that you actually are. So she's 47 biologically, but she was actually 92 years old. Artyom, the game dev, who's no doubt named after the guy from Metro. Let's see. He's good at growing and construction. We like that. He's also good at... We got an artist colony. This character over here, the third one, has been designated his lover. That might change if we change her. That's fine. He actually looks like a pretty good character to have around. He's not very good at dumb labor, which is really annoying, actually, because that means he won't haul. So I'm going to randomize him. I don't like that at all. Let's find somebody who's good at growing. She's good at... No, she's terrible at growing. We need somebody who's good at growing. Wow. Cooking. Alright. Growing. Give me growing. Give me growing. No, he's 74. He's gonna die really fast. I should have stopped there. Let's see. No, dumb labor again. Intellectual, caring, and social. 23-year-old male. He starting off with crypto sleep sickness is not something I worry that much about. He's good with animals, cooking, construction. He's also good at shooting. This looks like a decent guy to have around. He can't do any research. He's not very good at, like, he can't be a doctor at all. And he can't do, like, negotiation for trade. So that's fine. He's a gay, or he is gay. I didn't mean to say he's a gay. Which doesn't really affect the gameplay at all. It just means that he will fall in love with male instead of female characters. He needs an impressive bedroom, and he's good at growing, which is great. So we have ex-marine, an artist. Doesn't seem to start with clothing, but we'll get her some. And then her. She's great at mining, which is pretty good. She's decent at research. We actually may keep her. We don't have anyone who's really good at medicine, though. And we really kind of need that. So let's get somebody who's good at medicine. 7 medicine's not bad. She's slothful, neurotic, and a slowpoke. That's not a great combo. Let's go with something else. Normally when I play, and if you've seen my other Let's Play videos, you'll know that I don't necessarily, I don't necessarily worry too much about my starting colonists because they could die in the intro with most of the mods that I start. I usually do a crash landing mod. Today I'm just doing vanilla Rimworld because I want to show off the Steam release of what you'll get if you play it with with nothing installed. Let's see, we got a girl here who is a masochist. That's not ideal, but she's really good at medicine, so she could fix herself. I don't know if she can do that. And she's too smart. So she learns things very quickly, which is great because she'll learn how to craft and do medicine quicker. But she also goes kind of nuts easier. So let's just hope that Eddie Serrana. All right, so we got Tail, Grim, and Eddie. Or let's just start it off. Tail, Grim, and Eddie. Sounds like something, I don't know. That makes me feel like the Ed, Ed and Eddie theme song. I never really watched that show. Tail, Grim, and Eddie. Doo, doo. Singing through the loading screen. Okay, so our ship crashed, we jumped into the escape pods, and we have come to rest on this planet. I'm unforbidding resources, so they'll pick them up. And this is our area. What is this? We have a dog. We have a golden lab named Aldo. Some medicine, a rifle, a pistol, a knife, and some silver, and a little bit of food. These little red X's mean they won't they're like not allowed to pick them up. I want them to be allowed to pick them up. And this is our desert. It's huge. And there's not a lot of... Oh, there's some growable soil over here, but it's not very defensible. I'm kind of looking for a place to start a colony. And I'm thinking, ooh, if that wasn't there, this would be perfect. That makes me nervous, but why not? Let's be stupid. No. There's one of those over there, too. That makes me very nervous. These are undiscovered areas that could have horrible things inside of them. Like Indiana Jones level Doom threats that I don't really want. But it has a mix of land I can grow on. Let's see if there's anywhere else that would be fitting for a colony. I'm looking for somewhere that's got some rocks kind of surrounding it, so it's sort of defensible. This might work. We could use this as a farm patch. There's some food down here already. Best of all, there's no evil horrors waiting for us in the rocks. And there's a building already built. Hey! Alright, let's call this our colony area. Let's just start off. We'll make this a house, like a barracks area. People can sleep there. So I'm going to create a stockpile zone, which is where they will dump supplies for the time being. And until I can enclose it, I'm just going to leave it there. And I don't want them putting corpses there. So other than that, you can put everything you want there. And then we also need a dumping stockpile zone where they can put garbage, basically. And I'm going to put that far away from the rest of the colony in sort of this nook over here. Actually, I don't want it too far away, because they'll need some of the stuff from it. Let's put it over here with this gold, and then we can mine the gold out later. It is gold, right? Yeah, it's nice. And, for example, if I tell them to haul these rocks out of our new house, they'll put them over there. One last thing before they get started. I'm going to tell them to put a door on here. And we're just going to use steel, because we have some steel that we started off with. It's not stored, so it's not counting as part of my resources. And then we're going to put in some wooden beds, which are comfortable, and people will like them. So 3 wooden beds. And we're going to need a sleeping spot for the dog, for Aldo. There. That's actually a pretty nice start for a colony. And then we'll get some other stuff set up. So where are our people? Alright. Eddie and Tail don't start with any gear, do they? We're going to need to find some clothes. Oh, Tail has pants. Well, do you have extra clothing on here, Grim? Do you have like a jacket on or something? No, you have a t-shirt and a pair of pants. Crap. Well, you don't need the shirt as much as they do. So here, you drop the shirt. I'm going to pause it and let him do that. And Eddie doesn't have pants, so Eddie can have a shirt. Who's good at shooting? Shooting. Shooting. 4.5. Oh, wait, that's the averaging things out here. We want 8, 7. Alright, so Grim is going to grab the rifle. Tail's going to get the pistol once she's done. Oh, wait, no, she's not doing anything. Grab the pistol, and then Eddie, do you have combat skills whatsoever? She's okay at melee. Let's give her the knife. Oh, and Tail is sick because she's cryo sleep sickness, so she's throwing up. Another reason not to build her colony right there. And then they're gonna go and do tasks. I can prioritize different tasks for them. Right now, they've got everything. I'm gonna make them able to construct things and mine things, even if they're not super good at it. But yeah, the number here is the priority that they'll do the tasks. So everything's equally prioritized right now. I don't feel the need to change that just yet. We will definitely be doing that in a minute. But for now, they're going to run on down to our new camp. And I'm going to start up a grow zone. We're going to grow some food here. A big patch that by default is going to grow potatoes, which is fine for me right now. Let's get something else growing. Can we grow? Do we have the skill to grow heel root? No, nobody can grow heel root. That's unfortunate. Instead, we'll grow hops, because I know that we're going to want to make beer eventually. Beer in this game is a really great way to help alleviate some mental stress. People go nuts if you don't give them enough to do. Oh, that's the stockpile zone. That's not what I meant to put there. Alright, good. Eddie's already doing some growing, some sewing, putting some stuff down. They're putting in a door. Let's see, what's the last thing that we want to put here? Cotton, so we can grow fibers to make clothing. Although we'll probably get some of that by hunting things. Although I don't think this mega scarab is going to provide much in the way of cloth, usable cloth. That's probably good for now. Let's see. Growing. Who's our super? Yes, Grim. I'm going to put you on priority number 1, growing. So you get our food supply going, just so we don't starve to death. You mean a normal quality bed? That's not bad. So yeah, our first priorities were going to be, obviously set up a basic camp, a house, some food, some storage zones. I'd like to build a freezer to keep food fresh, especially since it's going to get really hot here soon. We have a little bit of food to start off with. We got these packaged survival meals and a little bit of medicine, but that will run out fast. This is silver. It's game currency. Components are used for building electrical things like solar panels and stuff like that. And wood is wood. Then we have some steel as well, or some iron. I don't know where it all is. Oh, here it is. Some steel. So, oh, and Tayo has gotten sick. Somebody in here is going to end up with high cleaning. And there's no real skill involved in cleaning, it's just, do you have another thing I'd rather you be doing? And right now, Tail's an artist, so she's mostly there to protect us until we get... She's pretty good at shooting, so I'm going to make her priority 2 cleaning. It's not her top task, but she'll do it. And that means anywhere designated a home area, which the game auto-designates around things you place, is going to get cleaned up by her. She'll work on sort of dusting and stuff. And your colonists have happiness. We'll see what Tail's... So, for example, Tail is unhappy because she's not wearing a shirt. And I can't do anything about it right now. I don't have any more shirts to give her. She's in an ugly environment. She didn't eat on a table. We'll have to build some table. But she has extremely low expectations, so that's good. As long as you don't expect too much, you know. Oh, it's fine. I don't have a shirt. I'm in the desert. I crash-landed. Nobody has any food except for these packaged ration crap things. But, hey, I didn't expect anything else. Let's see. And when I say this game is deep, I mean that we're just scratching the surface. There's so much that you can build and do and research. Oh, that's the other thing we need to do is build a simple research bench. I hope we actually remember to get someone who is okay at that. No, she's not very good at it. Her top priority will be research, though, for now. And we'll try and get a research bench set up so she can do that. We'll put it in there so she can at least be inside. Ooh, what else? We need to get power up for lights and for temperature, because it's going to get very hot. It's already 80 degrees, and it's the 6th of winter. Holy cow! Yeah, we're going to need a air conditioner unit set up pretty quickly here. So let's do that, and let's put a battery in here. The one I don't know that I want to put a battery in with the sleeping area. Eventually, this won't be the sleeping area. But I'm just afraid that sometimes things go wrong with batteries. They blow up, and I don't want to blow up and injure someone. But hopefully, if there's a roof on this, there is a roof, right? No, there's not a roof over part of it. Let's put a roof on there. Oh, there should be a roof on here. Is there a roof? How can I tell? So there is a build roof, they're just not building it yet. Alright, that's fine. As long as it doesn't rain on the battery, we should be okay. And that ought to get us basically up and running. We'll put a lamp in there for them. And I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. I'm kind of zooming through a bunch of early game tasks, so I'm going to let them do some of these things, because they're still hauling crap from the landing site. Ugh, vomit. Oh, we got our little cotton field. It's probably a lot of cotton, but you can also use it for other stuff than just making clothes, or we can sell it eventually. Make a cloth and sell it. She's not super hungry, so I'm not really worried she's going to hurt us. I actually don't know if mega scarabs are carnivorous or... Right. It eats meat, but it doesn't necessarily hunt for it as much as other animals. It eats vegetables, too. So, as long as it doesn't get too uppity, we don't need to kill it. Yeah, Eddie's also unhappy because she doesn't have any pants. Grim doesn't care. He can have no shirt and not care. Let's see. Eventually, I'd like to burrow in here, mine our way out, and build this into a little expansion home area. Natural protection from the walls of the cave. And that way we also get access to this gold and this nice compacted steel. What else is around us? There's the bottom edge of the map there. These nice rock areas will be very easy to like wall off and build a little sheltered area. Our weakest protection point is going to be this giant gap down here, but we'll come up with something. For now, let's just focus on getting up and running. I'm also going to give them the order to go ahead and mine some of this steel out. and that way they can at least get some access to, you know, some extra materials so we can build things like solar generators and doors and stuff. Because I think we're almost out of steel. Oh, no, never mind. They got steel. They're just not hauling fast. There's a lot of steel over here. Okay, alright. We're getting ahead of myself. I'm just going to zip up a little bit, zip through some time while they gather crap. I'm actually going to go ahead and make Grim, who's not doing anything other than... Or, excuse me, not Grim. Eddie, who's not doing anything other than growing. I'm going to make hauling stuff her sort of next priority. Building the battery. It's getting on late at night. They're gonna go to sleep soon. I always fast forward through the night when they're sleeping, unless I have a night owl, because they'll get up and do stuff. But for now, don't need it. Batteries are great. You kind of need them with solar power because, obviously, at night, everything turns off. But this will fill up yellow as power is stored in it. And that means even if negative things happen, like eclipses and stuff, that prevent us from gathering electricity from our solar power plant, or our solar panel, they'll still be able to have lights and temperature control and stuff like that. It's especially important on maps like ice sheets where you cannot grow crops in the ground, because you're either going to need to make a greenhouse with like sun lamps and stuff, and that's only if you're lucky enough to be able to get soil down on the ground. Otherwise, you have to use hydroponics beds, which suck, because if you ever lose power, all your crops die very quickly, and it is obnoxious. Alright, I'm going to speed things up, because they're just hauling and doing uninteresting things at the moment. Get those rocks out of our house, then you can sleep. Oh, Tail's building the solar generator. Look at all that progress. And I think they already built power conduits, so that should be connected, but it's not going to generate power in the middle of the night. And there they go, climbing beds, and here comes Aldo, finally. So, zip along. It's like midnight now. But yeah, part of the reason I like this game is that the game sort of tells stories within itself as things happen. I had a game where one of the characters decided that the pirates besieging the camp were annoying him, so he marched out in the middle of the night with a sniper rifle and killed all 12 of them by himself in the woods. Got his foot shot off by one of them with a shotgun, like he lost a foot, killed him, and then marched home trailing blood through a blizzard. And that's one of the more violent stories, but there's also the story of the time that one of my colonists made a terrible piece of art, but I didn't notice it was terrible, so I put it up in the common area of the colony. They made this like awful sculpture. It was like described as being terrible, awful, just mind-nauseating, and he kept getting insulted, and people were like, "I hate you, you suck, you know, get out of our colony." And I was like, "Why do they all hate Bob?" Because Bob's a terrible artist, and I forced them to look at his terrible art. It's a true story. Alright, what's everybody doing? Where are you going, Grim? He's taking a walk. Alright, that's fine. She's cloud watching. Not gonna see a lot of clouds in the nook in the wall, but who am I to judge? So this standing lamp is working. It's awful, but that doesn't bother them as much as awful art does. And I'm going to tell him to prioritize doing that, because I don't need him to go for a walk right now. We are going to need something for them to do for fun. So I'm actually going to build a horseshoes pin. And at the very least, they can play horseshoes, so that they don't go completely insane. Until we start getting some... The beer will help, and other methods of entertainment will help. But for now, let's just get a horseshoes pin. Eddie's bringing some wood by to our storage room. And once we get a research bench, Tail will pretty much spend her life in here researching stuff. Because we need some stuff, and she's the only one who's decently competent. Oh, good. He's building a roof. Alright. Auto doors, stone cutting. Let's see, what do we want? We really probably ought to get... Smithing might help. Brewing. Let's get brewing, because by the time she researches it, our hops will be ready. And the beer will help deal with the fact that we live in a giant, really hot hellhole. And we're probably not getting off this planet since we have no spaceship and faster-than-light travel doesn't exist. We can build a spaceship. That's one of the things you can do late game. It's sort of the only real, like, win condition programmed in the game, although really Rimworld is more about just staying alive as long as you can because the game will kill you eventually. If you do manage to get colonists off, that's sort of the win condition, is that you build a spaceship and leave. But I've never done that. Never really felt inclined to try. I've mostly had fun building a thriving economy and building a colony that works and fighting off the various threats that come at us, like the pantry bugs. They're like mega spiders and horrible things that made up camp in our food streeter. Okay. We're gonna need to start thinking about building building into here at least a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and sort of carve out a space. Let's make a common room in here. We can do some basic crafting, have like a kitchen area. And then off of that, I think I'm going to give everyone... There's only a few of them. So I'm just going to kind of give them each their own bedroom, because they like when they have large bedrooms. But I'm going to put a... Let's see. This can be a bedroom. Let's see. What do I want? I want a hallway, because I want to be able to put a hospital and stuff in here without taking up space that would be better used for other things. So let's do that, and then let's make a hospital area. Doesn't need to be huge, at least right now. We can also build a prison off of here. So let's not make the prison accessible only by going through the hospital. That seems like a poor plan. Let's make a small prison. Make a second bedroom for one of our colonists here. Sleeping 5x8 should be good. What did I do here? 6x7. I'll make a 5x8. Cancel that row. Cancel that row. I can make a 5x9. Why not? Let's make it 5x9. Five by 9. Alright, that looks like a decent starting colony, and then we can still use this room for stuff. And they will mine this out. Let's find someone who's decent at mining and make them do it as their, like, primary thing right now. Everyone's really bad at mining, so I'm actually going to make them both second priority to mine. Just because this is sort of we don't need it right now, and it's going to take a while to mine all that out. But once we get it, it would be extremely nice to have. It's very defensible. Like, they can really only get in one way unless they want to dig through the stone. And we can build like a fortification area here, sort of sandbags and walls and stuff, and they can come out and fight them off. If pirates or animals or other things decide that they should want to kill us. He's so slow at mining this steel. Oh boy. Slowly hauling everything to camp. Eventually, stuff will start happening here. Let's just speed things up a little bit, because they're not that fast. Nope. There we go. Let's start on our house. She's like somewhat faster than Grim at mining. Start marking those things to be hauled away. I'm kind of going to tell Grim I don't want him to do that quite as much as I want him to get that medicine. Because if someone does get hurt, medicine can be the difference between life and death. You can treat them without medicine, but if they catch the plague or they get an infection from a cut or something, medicine's really the only thing that's going to prevent them from dying of the infection. Oh, that's the other thing I should have probably planned out over here. I'm probably going to turn this into a storage room and build out this area and make it a freezer. Although that doesn't leave that leaves our goods kind of exposed. What if we do this? What if we make a double hallway and do that for now? And have that all designated as just regular storage. And then food storage really ought to be attached to the kitchen. So what if we cancel this bedroom and move that a little bit more? Let's make a hallway off of here. And we'll make a freezer here where food can be stored. We're going to have to delete one of these and build a stone wall or something in its place so that we can install a freezer. And then we'll put the bedroom up here. Let's see. I said 5 by 9, right? Can't do 5 by 9 there. What about this way? Can't do it there without knocking over part of our freezer. So how about 9? Ooh, this is going to be interesting. Trying to make this work. I don't really want to do 5 by 4 by. There, we'll do that. We'll just put a door there. And then we can sort of thread our way through there if we need it later. They're actually making quicker progress on that than I was expecting them to. With only 3 workers, it's going to be slow, but we will be able to get more colonists. Like, it's not always going to be 3 people. Just haul those things out of there as you find them. These resources are going to be good later. What does he need? Is he barking for a reason, or is he just barking? He's okay. Food is going to be a concern soon. We still have 18 meals. So I'm actually thinking about potentially building a butcher's table and sending Grim out to hunt one of those camels. Because, you know, camel meat, yum! It's a butcher table, right? Yep. Speed on through the night. How fast are our crops growing? 30% grown. Okay, that's not bad. Just need some meat to tide us over. Although, if we have meat, we need something to cook it on. Electric stove. Well, let's see if we can last on food until we have at least this area cleared out. We can put a stove in there. They're doing some morning joy activities like playing horseshoes to stay sane, so I'm gonna let them do that. And he's going for a walk past the mega scarabs. Alright, and he's off to... what are you doing? Eat. I wish you would just haul these back to the camp instead of coming to the crash zone full of vomit to eat them, and then leaving the rest of them there. But that is your decision. Until I decide it's not. Grim, you're going to be our hunter for now, because you've got the rifle. So eat that. Actually, hunting this camel would be a bad idea right now. Oops. Stop! Don't do either one of those things, because we don't have a place to keep the meat from spoiling, and in 70-degree weather, it will spoil eventually. Good news is this is marble, which is fairly soft as stone goes, so it's cutting away pretty quickly. It doesn't have, it's only got 450 health as opposed to something like granite. And sandstone's also not super... Actually, sandstone's even softer than marble, so we're going to have a pretty easy time cutting our way through here. The steel has like 1,500, so it takes forever. It wants to tell me that there might be some pirate raids soon. That's okay. We don't have any way of preparing meals. That's okay, too, because we're building a kitchen area here. Get with the program! Speed things up over there. Things need to start happening in a quicker fashion for me. Eventually, we're going to be able to research like looms and cloth weaving and get these people some pants and shirts and things that they desperately need and want. I certainly wouldn't want to be trapped on a desert planet with no pants. It would just be embarrassing. Also, really uncomfortable. Get Anakin Skywalker and say sand gets everywhere. Not my thing. Not for me. We have a visitor! An aerospace engineer from the town of Municipality at the Ridge is visiting the colony. Andy Brown has some things to trade. He's equipped with frag grenades, a pistol, and some kibble! He came prepared to hang out with our dog. Where's our colony? I got lost. There we go. When he gets here, we'll see if he wants to trade, because we have some silver and we have a little bit of money. She's probably going to get really unhappy inside of these mining this out very quickly, so hopefully we can get enough done before she gets really mad at me for making her do it. Where is that guy? He's way over there. He's going to take forever to get to our town. Eventually, we'll do something that isn't mining. Speed up through the mining process. I don't need you to mine all of this steel out right now. That's really not a priority. Can you do something else, please? Yes, you can do that. Alright, how about if we get an air conditioner set up like I meant to? That's important. It'll keep this from getting too hot. Can you please work on that, Grim? Thank you, sir. We have most of the components, and I know you know where to find the steel we need. No, well, that's convenient. There's some right there. So that demolished that wall, but there's going to be an air conditioner in its place. What are you doing? Why did you put steel into the butcher table instead of the air conditioner? Sometimes I don't know what you're doing. Where did she go? Oh, please, can you just bring it back? Save yourselves a really long walk and bring the food back with you. Oh, there's a rat near our base. Components for the air conditioner. And there we go. He's installing that. That will suck up some power, but we have surplus power right now, so that's fine. And it will keep this, you can see over on the bottom right here, over here, outdoors 82 degrees, and so it's 85 degrees because she's in there generating body heat, and there's nowhere for it to escape. So once that recognizes the power, there we go, it'll start cooling off. Who? Negotiate, where's that? Can't find negotiate anymore. Maybe that changed. Let's just see what people are good at doing here. Do you have social skills? No. 0. No. Everyone here is very antisocial and bad at it. Anyway, let's just try and trade with Andy. Even though we're very brusque people. We could buy his frag grenades or some medicine. We can also buy kibble and meals from him, or we could sell him stuff. We don't have anything we want to sell. I don't really think we need frag grenades just this second. Plus, we could afford it, actually. But I have had bad history with frag grenades. People tend to blow themselves up with it if they're not good at using them, and I don't want to start the colony off by doing that. Get those things, now that Aldo's had his fill of your packaged survival meal. Halfway there. You'll see it says resting here. The plants don't grow at night. They need the light, and they take a break. Eventually, if you get like a hydroponics garden or a greenhouse with sun lamps and stuff, which I have in one of my other games, that's actually really efficient, even if you can grow in your climate, just because they grow pretty much day in, day out all the time. But for our purposes, this will probably be sufficient unless we get some new colonists, in which case we may need to expand our farming operations. But that's a lot of potatoes, and if we end up needing food, I can turn this cotton into food as well. It's going to be nighttime in just a second anyway, so let's just... There we go. I may take a break from researching here after brewing, just because we really need Tail doing something other than brewing, or than researching. Do 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 do. 2 a.m. Yeah, so I'll explain the seasons. Oh, he's leaving. See ya! we've got the weather, which can change, obviously. We've got the time of day. It's on kind of military time, sort of, not really. It's like 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. There are 15 days in each season. Each season's 24 hours long, or each day is 24 hours long, and that's the year it is. Since it looks like you'll be here for a while, Tally thinks, or Tail, I keep saying Tally, not Mass Effect. Tail thinks you should give this community a name. She wants to name it Stonkley. Why not? Welcome to Stonkley. Home of people that don't know how to trade, 2 artists and a marine, and no pants and shirts for everyone. Yes, we're proud to be Stonklins. To make a freezer, we're just going to basically put an air conditioner in there, and put a door here, and set it to like 30 degrees or something like that. And that will basically cause this room to get very cold, which will freeze stuff inside of it. Wonderfully unique and kind of a great example of the sort of, if you think you can do it, you probably can aspect of Rimworld. It's like, if that would make sense, if you made a room cold, then it would freeze your food, right? Yes, that's sort of the logic that rules Rimworld. Like, if it makes sense, it's probably possible to do. There's also a social aspect. They all kind of like each other right now, which is good. I mean, I guess if you had a name like Freya Fairwing, why would you go by Tail? Except if you're an artist, and you're completely aware of the fact that you sound like a young adult novel character. So maybe that's the deal. But Tail also sounds like a young adult novel character, so like, what's the deal? What is this? Oh wait, compacted machinery. Excellent. That's one of the primary ways to get more components, is this is like machinery left over from an ancient civilization that's just compacted into mineable blocks. Which is kind of odd, but I don't care. It works. We are definitely also going to want stone cutting, now that I think of it, after brewing. That will allow us to build stuff like this, stone walls, which is great for in here, because it's way stronger than wood. It's less economically wasteful than steel. Because, like, steel, I can use it for way better things than doors. And walls. And stone, I have a lot of this, and I don't need it for anything, so I can get marble, and that'll all work. So let's... I'm going to go ahead and zone out a stockpile zone for the freezer. And I'm going to disallow everything in here, except for foods. Pretty much all I want in the freezer is food. But I'm not going to bother putting in the stuff until we're ready to move into our new underground home. I thought, oh no, we're not coastal because I moved the colony. I was like, I thought we were coastal, so there should be water around. Nope, I took that away. And then we'll obviously put a door in here. Uh-oh, a local iguana has gone mad. It will attack everyone it sees. It's quite far away from us, which is really annoying, actually, because I'm going to forget about it, and I'm going to wake up and discover that Aldo is doing battle with a vicious iguana. Way after I've forgotten about it. If you see an iguana coming up from here, yell at me. It won't do anything, but you'll at least feel accomplished that you saw it before I did. And there's pretty much hotkeys for everything. Like C for cancel and P for haul and all that. Oh, there's the iguana. Ah! Eddie, you have a knife. That's not going to help. Okay, this is cool. When you have a fight, you can draft a colonist that basically turns them into like an RTS character where they'll actually do what you tell them to do. Oh, crap. I think he just shot Eddie. He just shot Eddie! Eddie! Or Grim. What a mistake. Run, Eddie. Grim, stop! Kill it with the knife. I think she did. Okay, well, we've got a mistake that has been made. Grim just shot Eddie in the torso. How bad is the injury? She's bleeding a lot. She got scratched twice by the iguana. Not serious injuries. The bite, not too bad. The gunshot, much more serious. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna make Eddie's bed a medical bed temporarily. Eddie, go lay in there. And hope somebody in the colony knows a basic medical medicine. No, you can't even do that. Medicine 4. Tail, you're our best bet for healing Eddie. She's leaving a trail of blood everywhere. Alright, I'm gonna tell her to stop what you're doing. Oh, she's not a doctor. Now you're a doctor. heal her with medicine, make up for Grimm's really stupid friendly fire mistake. That happens more often than you'd expect. Or, you know, about as often as you would expect, but more often than you'd hope for. As you can see, she's treating all these injuries. They'll stop bleeding eventually here. Bleeding at 60% a day. That's not too bad, but... So she's not very good at medicine, so it's poorly bandaged. But it is bandaged, so we'll see. Medical beds are like... Excuse me. Medical beds are like regular beds, except people will sleep in them until they're healed. And a couple of other things. The medical bed is just good for medicine, obviously, but for healing people. So Eddie will rest here until these injuries go away. And Tally will also... Tally. Tail! I might as well just change her name to Tally at this point. I keep calling her that. Tail will feed her and take care of her as long as she can. Alright. Getting to be nighttime. How are these injuries healing up? So right now we're our own worst enemy. It's pretty normal for these kind of games. For at least my games of Rimworld are doing fine, and then somebody gets trigger happy, or somebody goes berserk. That can happen. Somebody goes, you know, breaks down mentally and starts walking around catatonic, stripping their clothes off in the middle of a blizzard. It's happened to me too. Oh wait, Eddie, are you healed? Wow. Okay, she recovered from that gunshot remarkably quickly. But now she's awake in the middle of the night. So hopefully she goes back to sleep. Or her circadian rhythms will be all thrown off. Nope, she's gonna go in and mine. Good news is, though, that will make our progress towards actually being able to move into a real colony much quicker. Grow my potatoes and beer, or hops. Apparently all you need to make beer is hops. It's just how it works. It's just funny, because I really don't like hoppy beer. I can take a little bit, it's just not my favorite flavor. I prefer more of a malt flavor. Where are you going, Grim? Oh, you're getting the other survival meals. What's that noise? What's happening? Ooh! A cougar is eating a drum or fighting a camel. And winning. Yeah, this camel's not long for the world. Oh wow, it tore off 3 of its legs. It's so brutal. And nature takes her way in the world, the survival of the fittest, and all of that. Yeah, so she's gonna eat the pieces of the camel. It's stuff like that, like the wildlife actively goes out and behaves as wildlife would. Eating some of it, and leaving the rest of it for later, I guess. I'm hoping we're not low on food, but I'm seeing that we are low on food because we only have 3 meals left for 3 people and a dog. Which means I want you to get that butcher table up and running, because even if it's raw iguana meat, it's still food. It might not be a bad idea to put the electric stove in. Let's put the stove there. That's why it's close to the freezer. Power, conduit. We're running out the front door. Can't run through solid stone. Unfortunate. Good news is we have plenty of steel available to put that together. And then bills. For all of your craft rig tables, you kind of manage what they're doing by adding bills. So we're going to add butcher creature, so that's a job. And I'm going to have them do it forever, because basically that means as long as there is a butcherable corpse, they will do it. And it defaults that you don't want them to butcher human-like corpses. So no cannibalism unless you tell them they can. You can totally eat people. I have seen colonies, really twisted colonies, where people basically devoted prisoner farms to growing people to slaughter for food. It's really creepy. But you can do it. Rimworld doesn't judge. Although it just seems like way more trouble than it's worth. I'd rather grow plants than people. But such is the way of people who play Rimworld, I guess. Actually, I will say the changelogs for Rimworld are one of the most just absolutely hilarious things you can read. Just because of the many concepts of this game, you'll see lines like, you know, fixed cannibalism or something like that. Check it out sometime if you want to laugh. Can you please butcher that? I don't know why I'm making Grim do everything. He's just the guy that I see. Because Eddie's better at mining than he is, and Tail's doing something, so he's just sort of the odd man out. So butchering actually gives us the added bonus of getting some cloth, some iguana skin. Not very much, 13. That's not going to make us pants, but it's progress towards it. I'm also going to ban food from this storage zone for now. Eventually he'll get the memo and move it to the freezer. Not that it is a freezer right now, since there's no AC unit. A wanderer, a villager named Trophim, has joined the colony. Trophim, really? Is that your name? Trophim Payne. I'm never going to be able to remember Trophim, so we're going to call him Payne. And he brought a club with him, but no shirt. That means we're going to need another bed. Another bedroom in our base. There's not a really good place to put this bed. Might mean Trophim is the first one to get a bedroom, or Payne is the first one to get a bedroom. Let's put him there. And we'll just add another bedroom to the plan here. That's definitely not enough for a 5x9 bedroom. For now, that'll work. So where is this guy, and what's he good at? He's not really great at anything. He's better at medicine than most of us, which is good. He's incapable of artistic, cooking, or intellectual tasks. Alright. He brings with him a meal, however, so he's welcome. Oh good, he's already getting to work hauling stuff. Let's make that his highest priority right now, because there's really no one doing that. Everyone's mining or researching beer. How to make beer. I want all these rocks out of here, not only because they make the place less attractive to the colonists. They don't like living in a house that's full of rocks, obviously. But they slow him down. Like you'll notice, whenever he walks over the rock, he slows down. Trophim's bed isn't finished, so I may tell Grim to build him a bed, please. If we have enough wood, which we don't, so we're going to chop down these two cactuses, because apparently cactuses are made of wood. Oh, but he's going to get the wood from over there, so never mind, we have wood. Nobody hauled it to the base, though. Everyone decided to leave it at the landing zone. But it's coming along. I'm pretty decently proud of this base. I think it's going to look nice once we put real floors and stuff in there. Alright, so everyone now has a bed, and Trophim can sleep in the dark and the hot. Actually, it's not that hot. It's like 67 outside. That's okay. Not the best, not the worst. I love how I made such a big deal about never being able to remember Trophim, and then I keep calling him Trophim instead of Payne, which is what I renamed him. That's me. Oh, the potatoes are 3/4 of the way grown. So are the hops, and the cotton is even better. Which is great, because we're nowhere near ready to use the cotton. Oh, and Tail is eating raw iguana meat. That's not going to make her happy. We're going to have a food crisis here if these potatoes don't start coming in soon. And even then, potatoes are not very good raw. Can you work on building that? No, he's not a constructor. Why not, Pain? Why can't you construct? You're okay at it. We need this stove. Pronto. It's not really lack for the materials. Oh, good. So we have that. Stone cutting. One more research tale, and then we can do something else. Eddie is unhappy because she's in the dark mining forever. If it gets worse, we'll fix it. Eddie. Or not Eddie, Pain. Actually... You know what? I'm going to make Grimm's construction the same, at least, as mining. So that way he'll actually go and do all these random building tasks instead of just defaulting to mining constantly. There we go. That'll get the stove up and running. Uh-oh. Raid! A group of pirates from the criminals group have arrived nearby. And by that, we mean one dude with a t-shirt and a club. But he's very decent with that club. So he said he would wait for a while and then attack. So I'm going to let him come to me, and then we'll hope that Grimm can hit people who aren't on his team. And I'm going to go ahead and put a bill in here for cooking simple meals. I'm going to have it until we have 10. Now, he won't do that right now, obviously. No one's going to do that because we don't have any food. Let's see. Grimm is our best cook, so he's going to be Cookman. Having a low cooking skill can actually result in your colonists getting food poisoning from what you're eating, as well as preventing them from making more nutritious meals later on. Right now, since our meal is mostly going to be potatoes, I'm not too worried about that. Let's see, is there something that I can hunt nearby? There's some camels. Grimm, come here. There's an escape pod that crashed nearby, with a woman in it named Phoebe. We could rescue Phoebe, which would require a spare bed. And we could put her in the room and try and recruit her. We don't have our prison ready, though. I'll think about this while people do things. I'm sending Grimm up to hunt that camel, if that wasn't already obvious. Here. Prioritize getting our prison. Shoot the camel! Nice shot. Come out there and shoot the camel. Do it! This is a resilient camel. 5 shots and it's still not down. There we go. Bring back the camel. We need it. Once Eddie gets this done, I'll put a door on there, and then we'll make that into a temporary... well, it will be a prison permanently, but for now, we can use it to hold Phoebe until... and we can heal her from her injuries. She's been shot in the leg, and she's bleeding. But hopefully, if we get this set up fast enough, we can get to her and bring her back. Because you can convince prisoners to join you, and I would like to convince her to join me. We'll treat her well and try and talk her into joining our colony instead of just wandering off the map, which is what they do if you heal them without keeping them captive a little bit. Good job, Grimm. Use that. 75, 50. Alright, need some of it. Oh, an actor named Leslie Hendricks calls from nearby. She's being chased by pirates. Yes. Alright, so Leslie, what are you good at? Leslie doesn't have a shirt? Why does everyone not have clothing? Is this like the naked desert? She's very good at social, which is something we needed. She's a good cook. She's good at crafting, so she fills some nice gaps in our knowledge. skills out, which is good. Nope. So more pirates attacking. One has a gun, and one has a shotgun. So we're gonna have to go into panic mode here a little bit. Tail has a gun, and draft her. Grim has a gun, I'm gonna draft him. Pain has a club, so I'm gonna draft him and have him. We're gonna hide behind this building for now, and then we can retreat into the caves. Eddie has a knife, but she's not very good at using it, so I'd like to kind of hold her in reserve. Oh great, all of the pirates are attacking at once, all 4 of them. Hendrix, are you good with a weapon of some kind? She is a brawler, so she's good with a melee weapon. Eddie, you suck with that knife. So drop it. No, drop the knife. What? Why is there a fox attacking us? A fennec fox. This is not what we needed during a pirate attack. Why are we being attacked by a fennec fox? They're too cute to be evil. Ah, that's just sad. Take cover behind those rocks. Hendrix, don't cook. Equip the knife. Alright, well I'm gonna have to go. So we will have to see the thrilling conclusion to let's just finish the fight. Ooh, he's getting shot up. Hide in there. Get in there. Come on, Tail. Land some hits. Oh good, they had a little bit of friendly fire. Come on. Don't go down, Grim. No. Oh, good. We got one of them. Come on. Run, Aldo. Don't kill my dog. It's maybe a short-lived colony. Oh, they're gonna kidnap Grim. No, 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 no. Save him. Oh, she lost her eye. I shut out Tail's eye. That's just mean. We gotta save him. Catch up. Catch up. Oh, she's just as fast as he is. Well, we may have lost a colonist already. Crap. Well, I guess that's just how it goes sometimes in Rimworld. We're pretty much out of the game. Unless Hendrix can pull out a win somehow. What are they doing? She's trying to melee attack a stove? Use the knife. Fight them off, Hendrix. Good, they're fleeing. Well, that didn't go very well. Well, we'll come back next time I record and we'll see if maybe we can recover from this pirate raid that has left Tail injured pretty severely with no eye, no right eye, and several injuries, as well as having had Grim get kidnapped. So... You got kind of a picture of Rimworld here. It all goes well, and then someone attacks you, and there's a lot of bloodshed and violence. But if you can recover from it, this game is fantastic. I recommend it highly, so check it out. It's on Steam now. It's like $30. Check it out, and it's got great support, and the creator is really awesome. So check it out. Enjoy it. Thanks, guys. See you later.